has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the True Conciliation. The ship is currently holding position approximately 300 meters above the other end of this plateau.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, we should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Keyes' neural implants.
Hit 'em, Marines! Go, go!
Hey guys, it's me, Johnny Crumbs 2000, and welcome back to Let's Play Halo Combat Evolved. So, here we go. This is the level Truth and Reconciliation, and we start off right away, just being thrown into the mix. We're given a sniper rifle, and it's at nighttime, and this is one of the only times really that the night vision function of the sniper rifle really comes in handy. Otherwise it's fairly difficult to use it without it. So here I would suggest you take out the turrets first. You can take out, if you don't want to take out the turrets, I suggest you take out or try taking out the elites first, because they tend to be a little bit trickier. But definitely take out the turrets whenever possible. You can tell which ones are turrets because they're the big, bright purple things. That's the Covenant version of the turret. There you go. They're usually always manned. And in fact, I think in this game, they're always manned by grunts. So you should never have that much trouble taking them out. It's just that, you know, turrets. In this respect, it's a little bit hard to kind of just aim at the head of the grunt because of the way that the turret is built. But since we were given a sniper rifle, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And the good thing about this game in particular is that, as you see there, it tells you when like a grunt is going towards a turret. So I don't think that there's ever, I think this is the only time actually, if I remember correctly, in the entire Halo series that it does that. But again, if you are in these type of situations, just take out the elite, and every grunt in the immediate area will kind of just flee and stuff like that. But anyway, in this level, the mission that we're on right now is that the Captain Keyes, which is our captain, who was, if you guys remember back to part 1 and part 2, he was on the big ship that we came in. I'm trying to remember what the name of it. I can't remember what the name of it is. But Captain Keyes has been captured by the Covenant. He's being held in this big Covenant ship, which is called the Truth and Reconciliation. I don't know where they get these fancy little names, but I mean that's what it's called. And before I move on, during this section right here, there's actually, I know you guys can't hear it because, you know, I'm babbling on, which I do apologize. But if you do get the chance to play this game, during this part there's a really cool piece of music that plays in this section while you're going up the side of this mountain here, and I really like it. It's entirely different from anything else in the Halo games, and I'm not exactly sure if this same music track plays in any other part of the game. But you know, Halo series has been known to have like either very military sounding music pieces, or even sometimes very tribal. They do a lot of stuff with the drums and the, you know, stuff like that. And this piece of music that plays right here, it's very different, and I really like it. Just a little bit of trivia there. Like it's very different. Like I remember playing this again when I was doing my practice runs for this game, and I just thought to myself, I was like, wow, I don't remember hearing this piece of music, but it sounds really different. But it's really nice. So anyway, as I was saying, you're given the sniper rifle, so make good use of it. I suggest that, again, in situations like this, save it for you know, situations like this where you have the jackals, which can be tricky, especially if you have the battle rifle. It makes it a lot harder. The thing with the jackals is that their shield can pretty much protect them from a lot of the human weapons, especially the battle rifle. I think, if you're going up against a jackal, I suggest using plasma weapons, which is obviously the weapon of the Covenant. Otherwise, the bullets, I find, at least in my experience, I'm not exactly sure if this is true or not, but I find that the human weapons just bounce off of them just very easily, and it's very annoying. And obviously with the battle rifle, it's hard to aim towards the little opening on their shields. So Just a little tip there. If you're going up against jackals in pretty much any Halo game, you know, unless you have like a human weapon with a scope, like a rifle, or in this version the godly handgun of Halo 1 that actually has a scope. If you don't have a gun like that, use a plasma gun, some type of plasma gun, except for the needler. The needlers suck against the jackals. The needles just bounce off. They don't do anything. But again, here we go. We're just going up the side of a cliff, and at this point, just, you know, as I said before, this game in particular tends to be a little bit more open-ended than any of the future Halo games. But in this case, just go to like any area that just seems suspicious. Like here, you see over there on the side, which the place where I'm going at. Just go towards an area that you see a little crevice. That's the thing with the Halo series. You know, here we have like a little valley here, and you wouldn't. It seems it's easy to miss, which is one of the things that I actually don't like about the first Halos. Is, as I mentioned before in the previous parts, it's just very, very easy to get lost. And here, I almost died here, but don't worry, I got this. I got this. I do like the fact that the Elite's blood is blue. At least I think it's the Elites. I know each one has like a different hue of blood. I think that's... Actually, I think the blue blood is from the Grunts. Elite blood is blue. And I can't remember what the Jackal blood is. But I do know that the Hunter blood is orange. Like really, really bright orange. I have no idea why I'm going on about the Covenant's blood types or whatever, but I just... In a nighttime stage like this, it's very easy to see, and it's very cool. I think one of them actually glows in the dark. It might be the one for the Grunts, which is bright blue. But again, here, we finally get to this part where it's basically just like a little circle area with a huge grab lift in the middle. Now, if you go in there right now, the grab lift won't actually do anything, even though it looks like it might do something. Just go around the level around the giant grab lift and try to take out the turrets first. That's your first priority whenever you get here. If you don't take out the turrets, they'll be a huge pain, especially in higher difficulty, because they will take you out. Now in this part, you just have to wait until more Covenant start to lower down, or actually in this part, the spirits just comes out of nowhere. I suggest just going up there and just eliminating them as they come out. And this is the part of the game where I just try to show all the different weapons. As I said before, like I could just be pretty much like every other Let's Play that's ever been done of Halo Combat Evolved and just go straight up handgun the entire way. But you know, that's boring. Like I want to show off this game. I want to show off this game as, you know, almost everything that's, you know, offered. And admittedly, the Needler isn't my favorite. I don't think it's the best gun. I think it's actually rather weak. And if you can see there, every time you use it as a melee attack, Master Chief has this nasty little habit of putting the entire gun in front of you, and you can't see for like a split second, so that can become an issue at certain points. The plasma pistol itself I find to be rather useful. Now, the thing with the plasma weapons that I didn't elaborate before on is that the plasma pistol, the plasma rifle, and I think that's it. Those two weapons, I'm trying to think of like all the Covenant weapons that are available in this game, because I know it's not all of them, but those two at least, you aren't allowed to, once you use them up, because they're battery based, you can't recharge them. You can't. It's not like a human weapon where if you find another spare battle rifle, you'll reload because you get more ammo for it. Once this plasma pistol is done, you can't use it anymore. You have to find another one. And whoops, I just blew up my own guy. But anyway, when you get to this part, you know that you're towards the end when the hunters come out. And I love fighting me some hunters. Like I absolutely love fighting hunters. I don't know why, I just really do. Whack. And all you have to do is aim. I suggest basically what I do is I let them charge at me, and once you charge at them, get behind them and just punch them. You really don't need all that much firepower to take these guys out. And as I mentioned, their blood is really bright Nickelodeon orange. Weird trivia. But yeah, with the hunters, just let them charge towards you, get behind them, and just whack them. Just like nail them, and you should be fine. But as I said here, I'm replacing my plasma pistol because it is running low. You'll see me, especially in this level, a lot. Me just going around using the plasma pistol, but every now and then I'll just find a new one and just pick it up instead. Even though, like, I have this thing with especially with the plasma weapons, the plasma rifle and the plasma pistol, where even if it's down to like 40 or 50, you know, you still have a couple shots left at that point. But I still just, I don't know, like, I still just end up picking a new gun up just because I'm paranoid like that. So anyway, here, when you finish the hunters, just wait till the Pelican drops off some troops, some Marines, and go in the middle of the grab lift, and it'll pick you up. And now you're inside the Covenant ship known as the Truth and Reconciliation. In this part, they're basically just talking. You know, you just have to wait. Here's a Covenant Wraith, otherwise known as the Covenant Tank, but unfortunately in this game you can't use them, so don't rely on that. Eventually, you'll see this guy, who is a elite zealot, and holy crap, that was close. He almost got me. In this game, this is the first level that they introduce those enemies. The zealot is basically just an elite that has a plasma sword. That's pretty much it. It has higher defense, as you saw there. It didn't go down with one of the charged up plasma pistol shots, and it actually took my my super awesome Halo skills to no scope the heck out of his head to take him out. But yeah, in this game, unfortunately, you can't use, once you kill him, even though he has the plasma sword, you can't use the plasma sword. Not in this game. It doesn't. You can't use the plasma sword until Halo 2. But they are nonetheless rather tricky, especially when we get to another point a little further up ahead in this level. So again, in this part of the level, you're basically just stuck in this level, waiting for all the doors to open and more waves of enemies to come in. You can go inside these things, but they don't really lead anywhere. So don't try to go. Just stay in the middle. There's nowhere else to go until you get rid of all these guys. And I actually suggest you staying in here, because the more guys that you save from your little group here of Marines, the better it's going to be later on. After a while, this big door is going to open up, and you need to go over here. Just take out these jackals. They're not that hard. And as I said before, I prefer using the plasma weapons just because I think, I'm not exactly sure like of the details, but I want to say like that it does more damage to their shields than than the human weapons do. I could be wrong, but I have this nagging feeling that that's the case. So anyway, if you go all the way down here, there's this big door that they can't open, and you're basically just going to have to backtrack. As you can see there, I punch it, I kick it, I cursed at it, and nothing happens. So like, all you have to do is just go all the way back, take a right here, yes, go up there, and just go into this door. And you're going to have to find another way to get that door open. Now, don't ask me why. It's not a smart thing to do, but I don't know why the Marines don't join you. They kind of just stay there, and you're expected to do this part of the mission on your own. That's the one thing I don't like about Halo, is that sometimes they just do dumb things like that. So anyway, you just you go over here, just take out these guys. If you get to a dead end, that's a good thing. You can't exactly get lost, but here you get into a very wide open area. If you still have your battle rifle, which I highly suggest you try to keep as long as possible. Don't use the bullets yet, though. Like, try to reserve. You know, don't go too crazy, because the sniper rifle. Once you bring it in here into the Covenant ship, the Truth and Reconciliation, there are no more ammo for it. So once you're done with the sniper rifle, you can't you can't refill the ammo anymore. But as you can see at the top, I have about 40 bullets, and that should be enough. You have enough to get by in this level. But again, if you run out of those bullets, there's no more ammo for it. So use it sparingly, but try to keep it as far into this level as possible. Because believe me, you will need it for something later on, which will make things a heck of a lot easier if you still have your battle rifle. So anyway, we're working our way down. Just try to take out his, like all these guys. Like I said, I'm trying to use the plasma pistol throughout this entire thing. And as I said, I sometimes get a little paranoid with all these things. Now you can go gun-ho like I did just here. If you're not comfortable doing this, then by all means don't. Try to take out as many of the Covenant as you can before you jump down here and be an idiot like I was. They do tend to jump out of nowhere though, and the Grunts, although they're kind of just a pushover, some of these guys do have plasma grenades, so, and they will throw them at you. Now just find this switch over here. It opens the door, and your Marines will come through. And some other doors will open up, and you have some more Grunts. Now take them out as fast as you can, so that you try to keep as many of the Marines as you possibly can without getting them killed. As I said, the more Marines that you can keep alive, the better, the easier it's going to be for you later on. And whack! Just whack all these guys. I do suggest doing that though. If at all possible, try to take out as many enemies as you can using just the standard melee attack. It will reserve ammo. And yeah, you can use the ammo on more difficult more difficult enemies. Like in this case, just, you know, with the thing that I do with the elites, especially with using the plasma pistol, is I just use a shard shot. Hit them once, that'll stun them long enough for you to just go up next to them and just whack them with a melee attack, and that usually takes them down in one hit. So I just go through this door, and then we're making our way down through another corridor on our way to finding Captain Keyes. Now all these places do look alike, but you know, the good thing about this level is that even though all these things look alike, even if you get to a door or something like that, if you're not supposed to go in it, the door won't open. So there's really no way for you to get lost, which is great. So just take these guys out, get any ammo that you may need, and you should be fine. And at this point, your Marines are following you, so you should be good. And that's it, guys. Join me next time as we continue through Truth and Reconciliation. See you guys later. As always, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to get more stuff from me. In the meantime, if you like my videos, be sure to find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Raptr, and Screwattack.com to see the other gaming related content that I upload. Info is in the description. Who knows? Maybe you'll like my stuff. Maybe? Maybe?